when I have new content. And Mary, and I'm a prison activist here in Alabama. I'm playing tonight, so we're doing Divine Masculine reading tonight. I didn't get to do it yesterday. So this is for September 5th through September 12th. All right. Let's get what's the reading. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend and the first day back at work today after having a couple of days off. Nobody else. I'm already feeling channeling the full moon energy already. We got some massive changes coming in for some folks. This is a collective read for the masculines, for your inner masculine and your outer masculine. All right. Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, please come in and help me, protect me, and put a circle around me while I do this reading for the masculines. Thank you. All right, let's get to it. The first card is the issue. Tree of Life. This is the first card out. What is this issue? How has this happened to me? This card will assist you in uncovering the cause of the issue on a deep level. Alright. It's Tree of Life. Alright. Create strong foundations to support future goals and aspirations. The breath of life is all around us, self-sustaining. The universal tree of life provides a gateway to connect us to the knowledge of self. You are deeply connected to the universe and the world around you. When you respond to the actions and reactions of the earth and its people, you ultimately decide how you will grow and thrive. The tree of life requires you to look at your breath and to ground yourself in the present moment. Nature does not concern itself with the future. Plants now know exactly what they need to do in any given moment. Living in the present will provide you with more time. Your presence is all that is required right now. You are strong and resilient. Hold your space. Where are your roots? Plant and keep your feet firmly on the ground now. And sudden change may cause instability in your personal life. Dig your roots deep into the earth to create a firm foundation that you can build from. Are you relying too much on the support of others to help you grow. You have the answers within you to determine your direction of growth, but you must be willing to face your inner self and core beliefs. With solid nurturing and time, you will begin to see results. Family matters are often family matters are of concern now. Be open to solutions to achieve the outcome you desire. Be careful with decision making. Compromising too much over an issue will leave you feeling powerless. Like a branch on a tree, growth will occur in an area that supports the core structure, or it will break and drop in order to maintain the overall strength of the tree itself. You may need to drop a branch or two to solidify your point of view or to reach a resolution. Patience is key. Affirmation: I am unified through presence and action. My strength is supported with loving roots. All right, card number two is lightning. All right, card number two is influences. What is influencing my life right now? Look at the energy surrounding your present state of being. How is this affecting your life right now? It's lightning. Changes are going to come in lightning speed. All right, lightning. All right, sudden changes, I told you, and challenges ahead. Be cautious. A force to be reckoned with. The beautiful Egyptian goddess Isis brings love and awakening of spirit. By breaking old chains and shattering outdated belief systems, Isis opens your heart to receive true love and healing. Through empowerment and movement, you must shift old perceptions and evolve like the caterpillar. Anything that is outdated and no longer serving you needs to be shed now. This awakening is powerful and confronting. To shift stuck karmic dervish, subconscious patterns, and emotional DNA, you must crack your head. You must crack your heart exterior with energy direct from source. This intense moment may feel as if your heart is breaking. However, for you to achieve new levels of love, you must break concrete beliefs that have held you back. Address any issues surrounding grief and loss with professional assistance. Breakthroughs are now possible. Isis is the gatekeeper of the love energy and requests the presence of your soul to accept this new integration. This expansion of your heart will intensify however you feel and share love with others. Adjusting to a new level of love, you will connect more deeply with others and see their heart in all its beauty. Right now, you must take action. You must push forward with passion. Open yourself to new ideas and meaningful conversations. Get out there and meet people. Social activities are a highlight now. A new person is about to enter your life on a soul level. Unexpected arrivals create warmth and compassion as you learn to accept differences with appreciation, love, and tolerance. Old ideas and loyalties will be challenged as you break away from emotional and physical restrictions. Do what you love with purpose. Life is worth living, true, long lasting, so growth creates universal expansion that go far beyond our earthly limits. Affirmation: I am ready to take action now. The power of love sets my soul free as I grow with gratitude. All right. And the third card is the outcome. How can I rectify this issue in the future? What suggestions can be made to bring empowerment and inspiration to make this outcome positive? And the outcome card is change. Like I said, change is coming. Card number 6. New beginnings bring challenges. Adapt to your surroundings. Like the wind, the universal spiral symbolizes change and growth. The spiral is a sacred symbol that reflects the universal pattern of growth, evolution, the goddess, fertility, and life force energy. Just like the changing seasons formed after a period of hibernation, plants know when to shed parts of themselves, dropping their leaves, branches, and seeds the precise at the precise moment. Their natural rhythm is synchronized with their environment. Walking down the road of change allows you to see where you have been and where you are going. This perceptive can be confronting, but one needs to recognize past issues and mistakes to make better choices. These learning experiences require you to let go and surrender to your own divine will. Beginnings are often described as painful endings. Accepting your current position in life can offer powerful realization and your current circumstances. Focus on life changes now. If you insist on making a decision, be patient and seek professional advice to secure solid foundations before the final phase. Right now, there is change in the air. You are moving quickly into the next cycle of your life. This acceleration may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is essential for your progression. Being uncomfortable allows your soul to expand and grow. Surrender and let go of any fear you have surrounding the change required to ensure a smooth transition. Changing your circumstances and career habits, family, finances, relationships, locations, ideas, and beliefs are all possible now. Be open to possibilities, just like an eclipse. Severe change can be perceived as a negative influence, but in reality, it often leads to a more productive, beneficial outcome. Adapting to your new surroundings may take time. Relieve any anxiety by removing your resistance to universal flow. When the winds of change slow down and the dust begins to settle, reflect on how far you have come. Your affirmation is I move through life with ease, reflecting on each learning experience with love and understanding. I surrender my fear to the universe with freedom. All right, masculines. This reading's already beginning with great changes coming. All right. All right. It's romantic love. This is past. This card indicates the theme and energy that was present in your past. Romantic love. Masculines, you have had romantic love a time in your life. All right. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. All right. This card indicates, okay, we're done. Romantic love, card number 39. Uh, Love is probably the most sought after, mysterious, interminated, and fulfilling feeling that a human can experience. Its mystery surely derives from the fact that we cannot really describe and define what it is. It is an energy. Is it an emotion? Perhaps it is simply the glue that binds everything together. Whatever it is, we know without a doubt when we feel loved and when we love. As vibrational beings, we hold a frequency that aligns with the frequency of our thoughts and our emotions. And from that vibrational point of attraction, of attention, we attract everything else into our reality. Love is one of the highest frequencies. When we are in the state of love, we easily attract circumstances and people into our reality that are aligned with the frequency. The love that is so desired and fulfilling for many is romantic love. The love we experience with another when we are in love, the expression of being in love suggests that it is a place where we can be. Not just a feeling that we have. When we are in love, we feel completely surrounded and engulfed by it. We are in the middle of it with no awareness of where it begins or where it ends. Our world becomes love and we feel more complete. This journey of becoming whole and complete within can be taken alone, but many prefer the support of another. But the idea that another is merely a reflection of that which we need in order to complete ourselves and achieve a state of wholeness leads to many misconceptions and expectations in romantic relationships. The most that any lover can do for us is bring us closer to ourselves by focusing on our own heart and soul. we invite our lover to do the same. When both lovers are conscious of this, a romantic relationship can be deeply fulfilling and supportive of our individual quest for completeness. The romantic love image shows a flower that pours out vibrancy and intensity from its center, the source that we are all connected to. There is an unmistakable beauty that moves and attracts beyond reason. It is simply inviting us to dive in. The colors suggest the delicious riches that we feel when we allow deep absorption. The bright blue background indicates both the vast universe that is at the origin of every energy and the clear expression of the romantic love invites us into. The pink color is associated with the universal love of oneness and others, with sweetness, tenderness, and care. Brighter pink brings in an aspect of aliveness, excitement, high energy, and power. Reds refer to the physical plane, the place where we desire to experience this love. All right. And then next we have universal love. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. And that is the present. This card highlights what is happening for you now. All right, and it's universal love. All right, love is probably the most sought after, mysterious, intermediate, and fulfilling feeling in a human that a human can experience. Its mystery surely derives from the fact that we cannot really describe or define what it is. Is it energy, emotion? Oh, we don't. What? Uh, Human beings are capable of feeling deep compassion and love, not just for one another, but for all life in general. How do you describe what a parent feels towards their child, or how friends feel towards each other? That's no different. Romantic love is no different than universal love. Only thing different is it's universal love. All right, what's going on down the synergy, the outcome. This is the future. This card shows you the potential of what will be arriving in your life and its synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combination and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co creation can give birth to a new reality. The origins of the word synergy comes from working together, and it can be described as the result of something that is greater than the simple sum of its individual parts. In a new energy, we can expect synergy to not only refer to a process with an outcome that is greater, but to one that involves uniting elements, energies, and even undefined attributes to create something that is completely new, different, and unexpected. This brings a wondrous element of magic to the whole process. In this activation, synergy is represented through the uncommon and rather bold choice of color combination. By itself, pink represents the divine feminine attributes of love, nurturing, stillness, and receptivity, and the bright yellow green color represents the new energy through clarity, beauty, and acceleration. Purple brings in consciousness and insight, while the opening at the top represents the channel that allows input from a higher place. This communication is taken in, brought to the core, surrounded by love, pink and light, by loving pink and light, and transcended for release onto the earth plane in an appropriate energy that is in alignment with the consciousness there. The effects on this release a ripple through the emotional plane, the water, and the mental plane, the blue, and even affect us on the DNA level, the coding in the background. All right. So got it. Got a good reading so far, masculines. All right. Now, all right. Cards 1 through 5. The actions you should wisely enact to reach your goal, masculines. Card number 1 is Prometheus, altruism, altruism, altruism. I can't pronounce that. Make make decisions or start projects for the good of all. Seek out a healthy balance between yourself and others, masculine. The story of the Titan Prometheus is complex and in some ways tragic. Zeus asked Prometheus to create humans. Prometheus formed humans with sacred clay made of water and earth. Unlike other animals, he fashioned us in the God's image. These new beings became beloved to Prometheus, even though we had no fur for warmth or great teeth for protection. and we lead short lives and possess few skills to help us survive. Feeling pity for his magnificent creations, Prometheus decided to help us, although he knew doing so would bring Zeus's wrath down on him. He tricked Zeus into choosing a lesser type of sacrifice from humans. In realization, Zeus took the vital gift of fire from mankind. Prometheus knew that fire was necessary to human survival and that it would allow us to grow and thrive. Art and skills like metalworking would not only blossom with fire. So Prometheus crept into Zeus' own hearth and lighting a small flame within a stalk of giant fennel, took the fire and escaped. In retribution, Zeus instructed Hephaestus, god of fire and metal working, to fashion women to distract men and to rivet from Mithras to a mountain. There, a great eagle would pick at Prometheus' liver until sunset every day, when the organ would magically regrow so he could relive the same agony each day for eternity. Hercules eventually slew the eagle and freed Prometheus. Today we know how important altruism, regard, and consideration for others is, especially in a world that has grown as unequal as ours has. In time of climate change and an ever increasing gap between rich and poor, acting for the greater good and not just for our individual selves, is not only ethical but necessary for our survival. In our modern times, we still honor Prometheus' gift of fire during the torch relay of the Olympia Games. We watch as the flame is lit and passed through many hands and many countries, uniting all in respect and equality. The shadow side, we would think that there would be little shadow over a concept like altruism because it seems like helping the whole is always a good thing. But the shadow side can be revealed when we choose to help others solely for our own ends and our own ends when we completely forget our own responsibilities. If we are a passionate activist, perhaps it's easy to forget that our friends and family, not just our own causes, need us. Also, what we may believe is the right way for all men, not for all may not, in fact, be the case. For example, many Indonesian cultures have been damaged by well-intentioned missionaries purporting their own true faith and a cultural way of life they feel is best. Don't become too dedicated to making everyone experience good as you defined it. All right. All right. The second card is Poseidon. Masculines learning how to get in the flow. Masculines, let go and flow. Expect a greater flow of creativity, ease, or prosperity. This card is a siren call to protect and enjoy the stunning oceans of the world. As gentle as a lagoon and as destructive as a Tasmanian, Poseidon is one of the greatest gods of the Greek pantheon. One of the sons of Cronus, he rules the sea. His brothers Zeus and Hades rule by sky and the underworld receptivity. He was beloved and feared at the same time. Sailors in the ancient world often made sacrifices to him before a voyage, and fishermen took part in great seasonal rites to appease him. Some rites were as straightforward as singing to him in a storm, while some sailors and fishermen traced this trident upon these shores before entering the sea. Yet other rites were bloodthirsty, matching the gods' violent power. The essential defining feature of water is its flow. Poseidon controls the flow aspect with great power. Call upon him when you need a flow of anything in your life, but in particular creativity, abundance, fertility, or prosperity. In modern times, we need to protect the sea more than ever. We have caused many imbalances in our oceans through overfishing and pollution. We need to call upon Poseidon for his help in protecting this domain. Today, many organizations linked with the sea use his symbolism. The Sea Shepherd conversation society uses this trident as a symbol on its flag as they protect whales and other sea creatures from death. Surfers, sailors, fishermen, and anyone who has a deep love and appreciation of this beautiful ocean would do well to communicate regularly with poet Poseidon. He is said to protect his own and will give secrets of the sea to those who honor him. Knowing which surf break is going to be the best or how to perform while sailing in a secret worth is a secret worth having. Shadow side Poseidon is notoriously changeable. Whole armades of battleships were lost if Poseidon was not on the other side, and he would exact quick and lethal revenge if he so choose. Too much flippant change around emotions can lead to drama. It is important to be as balanced in our feelings as possible. While going with the flow is good, being too changeable can lead to instability and not being able to make good decisions. Pay attention to how flow is playing out in your life at present. Be aware that hanging on to a grudge or an imbalance will interrupt the clean flow to what you desire. All right. Third card is Thor. Action. The god Thor is about action. Alright. The time has now passed for waiting and interior. Real action is necessary. Trust that you are protected and supported while you move forward. Most people have heard of or familiar with the Norse god Thor and his mighty hammer, highlighted against a stormy sky, thunder crashing from his hammer, wearing a horned Viking helmet over his flowing locks. Thor is the epitome of masculine vigor and force. The god Thor was born of the earth's goddess Jord and the supreme father god Odin, and is considered the strongest of all the Norse immortals. The Aesir. This mythology contains many stories of his exploits and his bravery, including battles with the great serpent, a protector of humans, loved for his creative power, and he is nevertheless known for his hot, bloody temper. Thor captains a chariot pulled by two savage giant goats that galloped noisily across the sky, causing the sound of thunder. Thor's hammer, famous for its lethal power, became the symbol of defiance worn by those loyal to the old ways when Christianity began its spread across Scandinavia. We can call upon Thor when we need some real action. He is a brilliant rut buster, someone who will forcefully make act make action happen. If we feel interior tiredness or frustration that things are not happening how we want, call upon Thor and his mighty hammer to smash away a way through. Getting caught in a cycle of negative thought or behavior often needs forceful action as we get comfortable with our lives when even when they are unhealthy. Thor is protective of his own, so we can feel safe knowing that his might will shield us as we move forward into the unknown. Thor is also a poet, not just an action man, so you can take a more sensitive route. Even if you are the masculine type, follow Thor's lead and be the best of both worlds. All right, shadows are masculines. Sometimes taking forceful action isn't the most prudent path. Thor himself found this route didn't always guarantee the best outcome. Coming into a sensitive situation ready for a fight, or even just a negative reaction, may end badly for all. Ask questions and be aware of when a situation needs a gentler approach and when force is actually a good instrument. The male energy tends to be one of action, but too much action can also deplete one's energy and vitality. Action must be balanced with rest and rejuvenation. All right. Now, card number 4 is Helios Cycle. Cycles. Know that personal patterns, positive or negative, may be playing out in your life right now. Plug into the cycles of nature for renewal and vitality. Helios is the Greek titan of the sun. Resplendent is a golden armor and a spectacular aura of light crowning his head. Helios drives his solar chariot around the sky each day. 4 fiery steeds, Pyrrhus, Eos, Ethon, and Pelagon, draw his chariot, racing in a circular motion around the earth during the day. At night, they carry him back through the ocean in a golden cup. An honest and beautiful titan, he displays forgiveness and grace even when provoked. The Greeks told a story of the mighty hero Hercules and his quest to find and bring back the cattle of Grayon. Mm. To do this, he had to cross a scorching desert of Libya. Thirsty, sunburned, and half mad with rage at the heat, Hercules shot an arrow at the sun in vengeance, knowing that this was a disrespectful action. Hercules repented instantly and asked for Helios' forgiveness. Seeing his predicament and admiring his fortitude, Helios not only forgave the hero, but loaned him his golden cup. This ensured the success of Hercules' mission. Helios drives his chariot as certainly as the sun rises each day. The rhythm and cycle of the sun is the catalyst for countless other cycles, such as those of growth, temperature, and season. Pagan peoples watched all over the seasonal cycles carefully in order to learn to ride with them, not against them. This is a lesson modern people could better learn. Accessing the energy of Helios eliminates the patterns and cycles in your life, the productive ones and the ones you would rather interrupt. Consider what cycles you may be caught in. You could be continually responding to someone's treatment of you in unhealthy ways, procrastinating on contemplating a project, or eating a good breakfast and exercising. Whatever the cycle, it's important to notice it and honor it before deciding whether it is good for your life or a cycle you need to bust out of. Shadow side. Once the son of Helios tried to drive his father's chariot without permission at a time of the day that was unnatural. For his trouble, he set some of the world on fire and fell from the sky. If we ignore the if we ignore the natural cycles of the earth, the ecosystem becomes imbalanced, and we are certainly now understanding the dire consequences of this. Similarly, if we ignore our own natural cycles, our bodies become imbalanced, ensuring we get adequate sleep, eating food that is good for us, and giving our bodies appropriate rest and exercise are all important. Our own bodies' cycles need self-care to balance if they are demonstrating unevenness, and it's important to recognize and honor these as well. All right. The fifth card is Jade Emperor Organization. All right. Streamlining, reordering, and decluttering will clear the way to a flow of natural, effortless action. The Jade Emperor, or the Heavenly Grandfather, as he is also known, is one of the most beloved and most courted of the Chinese Taoist gods because of his benevolent protection and supreme organizing ability. As a young deity, the Jade Emperor wandered the earth, humbly helping humans make sense of the world. He taught them how to manage their settlements and their sorrows, to protect the humans. He also defeated the negative energies referred to as demons. Although he possesses a loving energy more than that of a fighter, Although he possesses a loving energy more than that of the Father, there are many accounts of the Jade Emperor retreating back to himself to gather his energy and strength in order to have the knowledge and power needed to conquer significant evil energies. It is because of these deeds that he eventually became the administrator of the immortals, the heavenly ruler. Under his leadership or assistants who ensure his Wu Wei natural effortless action is adhered to. These assassins are ordered according to departments, with different gods as the head of each department, but all take authority from the Jade Emperor. Under his leadership oh, should the Jade Emperor enter your realm, it may be time to reorganize, rearrange, and reorder some part of your life. Planning is a key part of getting your desire met. Don't review it as a chore, but as a something exciting. It leads you to where you most wish to be. Do you need to plan your schedule more effectively? Do you have too many assignments to write? Or are your extracurricular activities keeping you busy? You so busy you feel hectic. If you have a job, is it difficult to find the time to do everything? Can you not decide what path you want to take because too many seem to be clamoring for attention? Writing things out, planning your time, and organizing your thoughts and actions will help, and the Jade Emperor can assist you with this. Having a clear and workable environment enables you to achieve much more in less time as well. Creating some simple systems can increase your flow of positive energies, such as prosperity and creativity. Take this opportunity to streamline your life. All right. All right. And the last card, it's Garuda Travel. All right. The sixth card is your goal. That is your goal, is to travel. All right, masculine. You go, boy. Come on, pick me up and I'll travel with you. All right. Travel opens your experience and expands the self. Whatever journey you wish to take, you are protected. From a great golden egg, bird-bodied god Garuda was born. The cosmic shock of the crack lit up the universe, and he was so powerful that all beings, including the other deities, shook in terror, reducing his size and energy to make himself more friendly to the gods. Garuda flew from heaven to earth, delivering nectar. One of the more ancient Hindu gods, Garuda is featured in the Vedas, the oldest text in Hinduism, and later in the great Sanskrit Indian epic, the Ma, I can't pronounce that word, which has been compared in importance to Shakespeare, the Bible, and Homer. He is much loved for his assistance to Vishnu in a number of his heroic avatars. Perhaps the most well-known story featuring Gurdua is that of the kidnapping of his mother, Vineta, after she lost a bet to her sister, the Serpent Queen, Kadura. Garuda asked the serpents what it would take to free his mother. They answered with a hiss. The Exclair of Immortality, Amrita. The Amrita sat in heaven with the gods, and they had it well guarded. Not just by a ring of fire and a machine of whirling blades, but also by two poisonous snakes of great mass and evilness. Although he knew the gods were omniscient and would know of his plans, brave Garuda flew to confront them in battle for the Amrita. Powered with the love of his mother and flying with super speed, Gurdua defeated all. He extinguished the fire by sucking up rivers and spitting them into the blaze. Diminishing his size, he crept under the sharp blades and ripped apart the two serpent guards. Taking the precious liquid into his beak, he soared downward towards the mass of serpents waiting for his return. While passing a cloud, he spotted Vishnu, who did not wish to battle the good Garuda. Instead, the two gods reached a gentler agreement. Vishnu granted Gurdua immortality, so he had no need to drink the Amrita, and Gurdua promised to support Vishnu by being his flying companion and mount. Back on Earth, Gurdua placed the Amrita in view of the snakes, and his mother was safely freed from her prison. The snakes quickly scrambled to drink the treasure, but Gurdua suggested that it was only right to perform a prayer beforehand. As they did, the god Indra swooped down to retrieve the potion and returned it to heaven. From that day forward, Gurdua was Vishnu's magical mount, whose speed and agility were key to many of Vishnu's victories. The idea of a bird going through fire and not only surviving but flourishing, like the phoenix, is part of Gurdura's energy. Gurdura is still a potent symbol of flight today. It is even the name of Indonesia's national airline. Thailand also uses Gurdura as its symbol, but it is the Buddhist representation, which is a winged deity that can change itself into human form. The Indian Brahminic kite A small bird of prey is considered the living representation of the god, although it's much smaller than most large eagle-like representations of the god. Call upon Gurdura when you are about to undertake a difficult journey or for protection while traveling. If you need to make a connecting flight or traveling on your own for the first time, or even learning how to drive, Gurdura will listen to your petition and help you. His presence in your life may indicate travel is near or that the phoenix aspect that you will flourish after a period of trial and possibly hardship is active. Wow, that was an interesting story. All right. All right, we're about done, y'all. We're about done. All right, we got Lady of Mask, the Sharper, Reclamation, Vanity, Surface, and Appearances. Masculine, you need to work on that. You need to take off them masks. Your Finnemans wants to see you, the man behind the mask. The Lady of Mask dwells on a vast and desolate plain, dotted with the petrified remains of the dead gods. Those who have no faith or worshippers to emanate them, using the fading remnants of their power, she reshapes the physical appearance of the souls who seek her out for a price. But this change is pure vanity, changing nothing of who they are at core, or even how the actual powers in Masola who see truly perceive them. The Lady of Mask can grant us a costume only useful to boast with confidence. It is if it reflects who we are or wish to be. We should remember, however, that when it comes down to what matters, we are fooling no one. Right? Correct? Alright, we got Hawthorne. Mistress of harmony, meditation, communication, and culture. The goddess of love, joy, dance, and music serves as the font of culture and art in Dawat. She serves as diplomat and mediator to other gods, resolving disputes between them, both within the realm and between Dawat and other realms. Hathor reminds us to reminds us of the pleasures in life and that they are more difficult to enjoy when there are outstanding problems between people. If you cannot serve as a mediator yourself, perhaps it is wise to seek one out. All right, and then Poet of Avion, fame, stagnation, and pride. We need to get out of this masculine. It's been long enough, don't you think? The storyteller, okay. The poet of Avion clings too closely to his previous existence, both unable to forget his former achievements and unable to do anything but continue to replicate them. He eternally retreads the same ground he did in life, producing works for eager audiences who fuel his creative expressions by feeding his ego with applause and encores. The poet of Avion teaches us that fame and adulation can be both reward and chain, and that one can use one's creative spark to feed oneself temporarily, but mind to look after spiritual food as well. All right, we about done masculines. Wow, this was interesting to read on the divine feminines and masculines. All right, the first card is in the position of, let's see. The first position is your drive, need, or motivation in the situation. It's Taurus. Alright, it's earth and fixed, and the key phrase is I have. Alright, the stable energy of earth combines with the fixed, determined quality and advises practical planning. Gather the facts, understand the data, figure out the next best steps. The key phrase I have means that the motivation is centered on resources and to best deploy them. In this situation, ask, what do I have and how I can best invest it? Make a plan and commit yourself to seeing it through. Determination is a great quality, but if taken to an extreme, it can lead to disaster. While you are being advised here to make and commit to a plan, be flexible enough to modify if modify it if need be. Avoid stubbornness. It's just like a Taurus, a stubborn Taurus. Believe me, I know a few. All right. All right, and now the card number 2 is in the position. The second position is how you can best express that drive, need, or motivation. And it's Earth. Stable, secure, and abundant. The energy of Earth nurtures life and promotes long, leisurely pleasures. The things we need, the things we want, and the material and temporal things we value are expressed here. The acquiring and distribution of resources is at the center of Earth's energy. Bring the quality of Earth to a situation through generosity of your material goods, resources, and time. The Earth is slow and sure, so take an unhurried, calm approach and avoid sudden or unexpected actions. Create a calm place in the center of chaotic energy. All right, now the third card is the third position is additional energy you can bring into the situation to resolve or balance the situation in a beneficial manner, and it is Aquarius. All right, it's air and it's fixed. The key phrase is I know. The communicative energy of air finds determination in the fixed, stick to it quality. You may not have the answers, but you have a network available to you. Use it, and the answer to everything is at your fingertips. The key phrase, I know, is a little misleading. You don't necessarily know the answers, but rather you know how to find them. In this situation, ask who has the information I need. Also, Google this. Google is your friend. Having big visions and loving ideas makes for great conversations, but can leave a relationship empty of human emotions and others feeling neglected. Avoid being distant, detached, and cold. Masculines. All right. All right. We finally done it. All right. We have the Ten of Cups. This is your great, happy, and happily ever after. Ten of Cups. Relish all the joys that come from being a part of a J community of loving friends and family. A happy and harmonious relationship. Relationship. Follow your heart and trust your intuition. All right, then we got King of Wands. All right, we have King of Wands. I am an innovative visionary, but I do not bring ideas to life myself. I make others do it for me. This card is a signal for you to take the J torch of leadership with high moral standards. Are you thinking things through properly before you act? Before you act. Sorry about that. All right, we got Six of Swords. A passageway from difficulties is ahead. It's time to move on. There is a safe harbor on the horizon, hope and promise of peaceful recovery after tribulations. Is leaving sometimes the best solution? All right, then we got Eight of Swords. Self-imposed restrictions, being trapped by your own biases and prejudice. Get out of the swamp of your thoughts. You are already free, just unable to see it. Masculines. All right, Three of Cups. It's time to dance, celebrate, and enjoy what is ahead of you. When the Three of Cups appears in a tarot reading, you are encouraged to gather with your closest friends and have a good time together. What can you do to make your daily life more joyful? All right, then we got Eight of Cups. Your emotional flow is lessening. It may be time to move on. You won't find new heights of spiritual and emotional greatness by staying in your comfort zone. Even if it brings you sadness, as you say goodbye, should you move on instead of waiting for things to get better? All right, and then we got Ace of Wands. This card is a bright light for us to see the way, a promise of motion, direction, and positively pure potential in the spiritual energetic field. Live your passion, follow your heart. Should you let your passion take control? All right, and Temptress. Temptress. You need to find peace of mind and harmony in your life. As you lean in closer to hear what Temptress has to say, you will hear the tranquil waters running through your spirit. Can you lift into the silence for a while? Can you listen into the silence for a while? All right, masculine. Awesome. That's all I have for you tonight, masculines. So therefore, I guess I will leave it there. All right, Archangel Michael and Raphael, please cut the energetic card I have shared on this live feed. Thank you. Cut the energetic cord, bring back what belongs to me, back to myself. Cut the energetic cord that belongs to others that may have been watching this video and transmuting it to the light. Thank you, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. That's all I have for you tonight. I will see you tomorrow. We're doing Shadow Rage tomorrow. Shadow and Reflection. All right. Peace, love, and light. Good night.